Hi everyone, Phoenix here. Welcome to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever time zone you have come from. The last time you spent the day with me, I started my day off with my gratitude journal and affirmations. These are some of the affirmations that I say on a daily. I am God's child. I am healed through His love. I will not fear those who chastise me to speak the message my Father put in my heart. I will not fear anyone else's judgment, hate, or oppression. My journey was not alone. The Most High never left my side. I am a part of all His love. All love is part of me. He said I can, I can. He said all does, I do. He said all is, I am. And I am grateful to be a part of this wondrous universe. You know, I just have to say this. Most people take for granted the ability to get up and get dressed. I mean, even when saying thank you to the Lord for it, it becomes too bland and redundant. Not when you have a disability. And it's a different type of gratitude. It comes with very strong energy. Use it. Guys, it's keeping it 100 here. After I muster the strength up and the energy to get up and get dressed, I actually have to take a nap. When I wake, I am hungry. And this is simple. And oh my God, when I say it's delicious and decadent, believe me, it's an understatement. What I have here is one medium sliced banana and optional, okay? Just a small handful of oatmeal. I find that it helps me keep me satisfied longer. And I like the consistency and texture. You can also pre-soak first, but okay, anyways. Dreamy, creamy peanut butter. 1 tablespoon. Some people are like, Phoenix, that's a lot. But nah, you use more in peanut butter and jelly. Here I have 1.5 cup of almond milk, and I've tried this with whole milk and oat milk, and all are yummy. But I'm going to insist that you use grade A maple syrup here, okay, for the right flavor, and 1.5 tablespoons. And again, don't say to me, Phoenix, that's a lot, because admit it, you use more on your pancakes and waffles. Okay, so follow that up with some chocolate protein powder, or what I have here, some cacao from Hershey's, a touch of cinnamon, a splash of vanilla. Blend and serve. It's smooth, it's creamy, it has a nice light hint of peanut butter. The banana is not overpowering because the peanut butter, the salt in the peanut butter kind of takes that away a little bit. And then you have that little hint of chocolate. It's not an overwhelming chocolate. Guys, this is it right here. This is bomb AF. Now, to accompany my delectable banana smoothie, I have this loaf of cinnamon raisin bread from Kroger's. This bread is not only delicious, but you can do 1,000,001 things with it. And look at it. It does not look delicious. Does not look good. And my friends, look at this stuff. Chocolate hummus. This is like putting, no. This is like turning your breakfast toast into cake. It's so good, you have to try it. I try to break my fast with food that doesn't weigh me down, and food that makes me feel good and happy. Food that energizes me in a positive way. But when you're healing from trauma and living with a disability, physical or mental, whatever you take in, good or bad, words or food, clean up after a meal or shower. Oftentimes you will still find yourself exhausted. It's okay. Give your heart a rest. It's not just a physical muscle. It has with it a spiritual connection. Everyone experiences it. There is no getting around it or even avoiding it. Fear is a part of life. We only enjoy it when it's in a controlled environment, right? Like an amusement park ride, a good book, or a horror film, maybe even a haunted house, right? It's entertaining. But what makes fear so intensely negative for people is that when it comes unwanted, unplanned, unpredicted, and uncontrolled, and since we spend so much time avoiding it, when it comes in that negative form, We lack the necessary spiritual and emotional maturity through experience to process it and handle it by not really responding to it responsibly. Do you understand, right? So the goal here really is to feel differently about it, right? To think differently about it and to make different choices about it, because you can't get rid of it. How do you do that? How do you think, feel, and respond differently to fear? Rule number 1. Okay, rule number 1. You must forget everything that you think you know about fear. I'm serious. I mean, if for goodness sakes, it's like the most misunderstood villain. The one that gets called on when the dirty work is needed. Yeah. Even when there's like colorful safety measures, signs of precautions at the utmost priority, right? Well, how do you do that? Just forget it. Rule number 2. Where did your definition of fear even come from? Ask yourself that. Okay, so here's an example. The little baby who first learns how to walk. Those first steps are unstable and unfamiliar. So the baby listens and pays attention to the parent guiding their steps. They listen, and watch for facial cues and body language, suggesting that they're doing it correctly, right? Mom is overjoyed, clapping, good girl, good boy, come to mommy. Right? Those first steps. Maybe even break out with a cell phone and cry with happy tears and a smile on her face. But the moment baby falls, that's the crucial point, right? How the parent responds. If the parent keeps the same tone of voice and says to baby, it's okay, good girl, good boy, come to mommy, baby has a high chance of attempting to get back up and, dust yourself off and try again, right? But if mommy gasps for breath, and when baby falls and yells out, oh no, and her facial expressions turns into something of fear or fear that the baby is hurt, this creates a set program, and the baby will not get back up and try again. It'll focus on the hurt, and the baby will cry. And this is the thing that happens to most of us about fear. It's the same thing. You must deprogram everyone else's reactions, responses, and even sometimes like the things that they project on you, the fear that they project on you, right? Like the biggest example I can think of that would be racism, right? And you have to deprogram yourself from it. Another good example would be just being a woman. But by actually sitting down and discovering where your thoughts and feelings are actually coming from, where is it actually coming from? Is it actually coming from you? Or everything you saw and experienced? All of everyone else's defined definition of fear that you accepted. And once you start to make those connections, once you start to become more aware and woke to those things, and you move past those big ones, that wall, that terror barrier, will begin to fall on its own. Now, why does this work? You're literally redefining for yourself. You are rebuilding. Your focus is not on this great structure of fear. Your focus is on rebuilding something greater and more masterful. And here is the key thing to do. The key is to put God first. When you heal, people will intentionally and unintentionally will nitpick and point out what they think you're doing wrong or your intentions. And a lot of times, especially if you're doing this to break your silence and get through fear in the public eye, a lot of the people that you looked up to before, that you got inspired from all your speeches and stuff, nobody can see it behind the scenes, but they're going to be coming at you because you've now discovered that it is a competition, and what they're giving is not to necessarily help someone else, but to compete against someone else. So when you're healing it, either way, if you're doing it in the public eye, or if you're doing it isolated, or if you're doing it around family and friends, put the Most High first. Okay? Concentrate on the Most High, and everything else becomes background noise. So you focus on you and heal. Know this: God made you perfect. You are whole. Fear is not a mistake that exists in you. When you go on this journey, you're not trying to destroy what's already built. You're going to rebuild something so great and masterful, headed and guided by the Most High. All right? You have the backing of the whole universe. When you do that, you won't worry about trying to waste your energy destroying what's been built. You're just going to build something better, more obsolete, stronger. Okay? That's how you move past it. That's how you just let that dilapidate and get old and fall down on its own. So when you go on this journey, and it's a journey that many don't often take, but what it does is bring you closer to you and the part of God that exists within you. It shows, it reveals more about you than you could ever imagine. And the strengths that you've already had. You ask for strength. You pray for strength to overcome fear. It's there. It's already there. It will be revealed to you. This is one video, okay? So I have a lot more to teach about fear, but this is a good place to start. One thing that my spiritual awakening has taught me about food is that not only is it a part of the earth and that food is healing, it has taught me why. One reason is that food is still healing is because we really, truly are connected to everything on this planet. And all of everything has its own energy that you're connected to. This Moroccan chickpea stew has the perfect blend of ingredients and spices to create a masterful healer. I will be showing you my recipe and with it explaining its energetic properties. I'm telling you this works. It's subliminal and subtle enough that your mind won't fight it. If you have trouble connecting or focusing on the good in your day before putting your head down to sleep or writing in your journal before bed, start it with something sweet like a piece of chocolate. This candle that you see here, this light, this is for you. If you've ever been unwanted or forgotten, I light this candle for you. It's like the darkness giving birth to light. Do not fear what you have come from. The light is now you. The darkness is a part of you. You are all good. You were created whole. Embrace it. Love yourself. It's okay to do that. Remember to help yourself so that you can help others help themselves, and it keeps going and going, and we all raise to a higher degree of existence. Don't ever give up and don't give in to that negativity. Communicate love to yourself. And remember, it is not just your spirituality that can define your journey. It is your journey that can define your spirituality. Bless you all. Thank you for watching. And if you feel blessed by this content, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on what is to come.